Need anything, any other services at no what charge. I mean, this is all part of the service. We'll refer electricians that we know, plumbers, roofers, every local company that we have a relationship with. We will refer that to our customer.
I love that. I love that. Welcome back to Movified. I'm your host, Mark Hirschi, owner of Salmon's Moving and Storage, located in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. But we ain't in BC today. We're in St. Pete's, Florida, at the Moving Titan Retreat. And I got my pal here, Christian Santos with Movers & Co. Lancaster, beautiful Lancaster.
Full Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Welcome, Christian. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Good. Listen, I know we were talking yesterday. We were talking again this morning. And I was just admiring the fact that your brand is always so important when you're having a moving company, when you're having any kind of business. And your name, Movers & Co., to even have that as a company name is fantastic. What made you go out when you're trying to get involved in the moving business, find that kind of name? Because a lot of people just say, hey, I want my last name, or I want this name or that name. What made you kind of go with that?
So basically, when we started, we all have a friend that could do something, right? An electrician, a plumber, or something, right? My idea was to bring these people on, and be able to have a home service instead of, than a moving company.
Sure.
So yes, you're getting movers, but you're getting a little bit more than that, because after the move, we're going to come back to you and we're going to ask you, hey, do you need anything? Do you need anything, any other services at no what charge? I mean, this is all part of the service. We'll refer electricians that we know, plumbers, roofers, every local company that we have a relationship with. We will refer that to our customer.
I love that. When you think about offering services, they always go, okay, listen, you know what? Maybe I can offer you a cleaner after the move, or I know a good junk removal service, or if I have a storage facility, you're like, great, hey, I got storage for you as well too. What made you want to build that power team within your community? Because that's the power of networking, to have that and then to offer that to your customer.
It's just like BNI is a power of networking, right? Just like you said. And that was the force behind it. We always wanted to bring a little bit more, and we, like I said, we always have friends that they will refer us. So we would just wanted to do the same thing back to them.
Hey everyone, Matty Mailer's here, the guy who pioneered handwritten letters for the moving industry. Why? Because my competition at my moving company was using the same stock postcards as me, and my mailing company didn't care. So I created a better way. Here's some mind-blowing results in July. Miracle Movers Utah closed $93,000 using our handwritten letter strategy. With our campaigns, you can forget about the guessing games. You get a trackable phone number, daily photo proof, an incredible design team, and I'm also included. All letters stop at me for approval before they ever leave our facility. Right now, Movified listeners get 1,000 golden tickets stuffed in our genuine handwritten letters completely free. Plus, I'm going to throw in bulk realtor data for up to 5 counties. What are you waiting for? Moving Letters AI. Stop competing, start dominating.
If you're considering Snowball, just do it.
Snowball creates done-for-you referral programs for moving companies so you can turn happy customers into new revenue without lifting a finger. And the results speak for themselves.
In less than a year, we've collected over 2,000 referrals.
We generated over $200,000 of revenue that cost about $5,000 to do it.
I believe we have 4 or 5 the very first day.
The companies winning with Snowball are the ones that already care about their customers. We just help turn that into new business through human outreach and customer nurturing.
Snowball is part of the arsenal of tools that I recommend to my clients because it works.
I like that. And how has the ROI been on that?
Great. It's been really good. We don't have a way to track through Smart Moving yet. I mean, we don't have it set up that way, but we're working towards something like.
So I'm going to obviously give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Snowball. Snowball is a fantastic advantage for your customer serve. What's up, Landon? Big shout out to Landon. He's here at the event as well too. But they have an affiliate program to utilize that service that you're trying to offer and make it streamlined so that you can track it, you can see it, and then you're allowed to give back to those affiliate companies that you're working.
Amazing.
Our team. So definitely check it out. For those that are listening, if you're looking at trying to have something like this within your service, it is so easy when you're utilizing a program like Snowball and having that referral, that affiliate program in place, because as business owners, we're like, how do we do this? You know, and I remember even before Snowball came on the map, guys were using these Google Docs and they were documenting it. They're trying to keep track. And then you're going, well, who in my office is going to take care of that? And if you're like a $1 million, $2 million moving company, typically it's you, myself, and I that are only in the office. So now you're adding that extra load on, and then to try and keep track of it, right? It's like anything we do, really good for the first month, and then it just slowly kind of goes downhill from there, as long as you're not on top of it. And then your referral clients kind of get upset because you've given out that first check and everything else. So definitely, I highly recommend Snowball, and adding that extra service. I love it. I think it's super smart. It's effective. And I would assume those referral partners are then recommending you.
Of course, it's a give and take relationship.
So now you don't just have that one salesperson. We've talked about this on the podcast. You now have 5, 10 other sales individuals out there handing you and sending you solid referrals because they've already given you that recommendation. That's like going to family dinner with your friends, you know, and you're sitting there with your aunt and uncle, and they're like, I'm looking for XYZ. And you go, I got a perfect person for you. And then guess what? That person got the job. Why? Because it was like a family referral. It was a friend referral. And your friends and family are going to trust your recommendation.
Yes.
Being found on the second page of Google is literally like having a billboard in the middle of the desert. Your mama ain't gonna see it. No one's gonna see it. You're on the second page of Google. No one's gonna call. No one's gonna book. Here is the deal. If your business is not ranking on the top of Google, that means your competitors are going to be stealing your customers every single day. So at Rotate Digital, we don't play any guessing games. We use data-driven SEO strategies to make sure Google finds you first so that these Google searches turn into your customers, not your competitors' customers. How do we do it? We do it through AI-driven keyword optimization, exclusive blog networks, backlinking strategies, and honestly, the secret stuff, the proprietary lead attribution software. So what do you get as a result? You get not only good marketing, but now you get clarity into what is bringing you more revenue. So if that's something you want to do, you want to make sure your leads find you and not your competition, go ahead and go to rotatedigital.com, schedule a call, and we'll help you take your business to the top of Google.
Before we ever started using a moving CRM, someone asked me, could you 10x what you're doing right now with the current systems and processes you have in place? And I said no. And so he was like, well, then you need to just pull the trigger on the software. And then I saw Smart Moving and it was game over.
Austin joined thousands of moving owners on Smart Moving in 2021. Since then, he's more than doubled his business.
And I always compare Smart Moving to Apple products. It's just so simple, so easy to use. And that's really what's allowed my team to scale and now have 2 branches. And last year we scaled Central Coast Moving over 50% growth.
If you're ready to turn your moving company into a machine that drives profit, not chaos, try Smart Moving.
Christian, I want to we kind of jumped right in. I want to take it way back, right? Because you are an engineer.
I am.
By like trade, by going to school. What made you want to do a moving company? Because I do think engineer, and I'm like, this is how much I'm making a year. I can have a good cushy job, like a Monday to Friday kind of job. I don't have to think about the headaches of being an entrepreneur by being a business owner. So can you bring me back now to like what made you want to get into the moving industry? How are you functioning? You're balancing family, life, and personal well-being while being an engineer and running a moving company. It's a fully loaded question, my friend. Fully loaded question.
Okay, we'll take it back. So born in Brooklyn, raised in Puerto Rico. We moved back when I was 13 into Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That's where I stayed. Now, like you said, I'm an engineer by trade. So I spent most of my youth studying, you know. So it's a little bit hard to just let that go, right? I had a friend that was in the moving industry. He asked me, hey, you want to go halves on this? You want to start a business? Like I know nothing about moving, you know. I know nothing about moving. So we got into it, you know, it didn't work out for us. So we did a whole year. It didn't work out the way we wanted it to. I was more focused on growing the business and getting us regulated, and we just weren't there. So we clashed all the time.
Clash with him.
Yes.
Remember those words of advice,
Yes.
right? Choose your business partners more wisely than you choose your wives, because in business,
Basically a marriage.
it's your stock.
Yeah, for sure.
And you want to make sure that you're working with the right person, for sure, and that you've laid out the roles, right? And I think that's always the biggest struggle when you're going to business with somebody, whether it's your spouse, that if you are just both coming in there and having your own personalities, your own visions of the company, and you're not parallel as one, there's conflict and there's no growth.
Right. I 100% agree. Now I love them. There's no
So
hard
friends?
feelings. I love them. I don't keep any hard feelings in my heart. So basically, once we broke up, right?
I sent him flowers. I sent him a card and chocolates.
Yeah,
and said, "Buddy, it's over."
That same day, my wife and I were riding back from New Jersey, and I just asked her, because it was in the back of my head, do you think I could do this on my own? And this is where having the right partner comes in, right? Because she said, of course. Those words alone just gave me
the support.
Of course, and it gave me the power to go on. That same night, I had this logo created. I created this at 2:00 in the morning. That same night, that I was hyped up.
Yeah.
Now, I was a rogue mover, and I did not.
I love it. In my head, I'm thinking, Christian's sitting there. He's open up AutoCAD.
Oh, this was on my iPad.
He's like trying to design something. He's like designing, like engineering style.
Yeah. I was always good at the design aspect of things,
Sure.
right? But even with that, like, this took a little bit of time, but I got it done that same
That's
night.
great.
Now, I was a rogue mover. I did not know what I was doing. Let's just
Sure.
put that out there. I had no business getting any type of leads or even answering the phone, So I had to learn that, and that's where groups like, Facebook groups.
Because how many years have you been in business
So
now?
we've been in business 6 years right now. Yeah, 6 years. 7 years. I'm sorry. So it's almost 7.
So when we take you back those 7 years, like you had the Facebook groups, but like what were some of those pivotal networking or learning points that were a catalyst to help you
Oh
grow?
my God, any CRMs. I didn't even know what a CRM was. Once I knew what smart moving, oh my God, this is it. This exists. So things like that, little things like, hey, you need insurance for your truck. You can't just rent a truck, go do a move, and just, it's just, you can't do it. You can't do that. Workman's comps, all these little things that.
I always get the comments from especially movers that have been around. I could do this myself. You know what? I can just go out there and start my own moving company.
Try it.
And what they don't realize is they think, okay, I'll get a good website. I'll get a CRM. I got a buddy of mine. We can rent a truck. But it's just like what you're saying. There's so much back end that you're not even thinking about from, do you have insurance on the company? Are you making sure that you're set up so that if someone does sue you because a move went wrong, are you covered? Are you going to be financially covered and set up if a truck breaks down? Are you having enough cash flow to cover it? Because I have one truck, my truck breaks down, and I got $50 in the bank. Because I said, man, that last job we did so well, honey, we're going out of town. I'm getting that Rolex. I barely did it, right? And you realize, oh man, like I didn't think ahead. And then you get into workman's comp.
Right.
And you think of, do I have the truck insurances? And do I have the marketing? Hey, guess what? All these other bills are coming in. I didn't realize that every month that Ring Central or Dial Pad is going to send me a bill.
Yeah.
And the CRM is going to send me a bill. And I didn't really figure out all these different expenses right off the bat. And the next thing you know, they're coming back to ask for their job back.
What's up, guys? It's Austin Yarrow with the Moving Army. If you're listening to this podcast, I'm sure you're crushing it, you're growing your business, and you don't need any help. Majority of you probably don't. But the thing is that information alone isn't enough. If you're looking for someone to hold you accountable, work with you, and collaborate with others in our industry with teams that are killing it, crushing it, you need to join the Moving Army. This is my invitation to you. You can text my personal cell, 805-441-6118. I'll see you soon and wait for your call. Join the moving army today.
Now, during all this, I still had a 9 to 5, right? And I was the main guy. I was sales, I was accounting, I was at that time, I was everyone but the mover, right? Because I was able to hire people, train them properly to at least take care of that part.
How were those days for
They
you?
were rough. They were rough. I will walk into places and my hands will be shaking without me knowing. Anxiety just took over me,
Sure.
It just took, it was pretty hard. But building the right team matters. And that's where I thank God that I was able to find the right people at the time.
What was your first big hire?
My mover crew lead, I guess that was my main big hire at the time, just because he was able to gather all the other guys,
Sure. And what about the office?
The office, I was the office. At that time, I was the office. There was nobody else.
And now?
Now we have some sales guys. We have, I handle ops, looking for an ops manager, guys, just in case.
Anyway, out there, DM Christian or send him the resume.
Yeah, I'm currently looking for ops guys. So,
because Lancaster is beautiful.
Lancaster is beautiful. You're right. It was a hard time because we were always family oriented, right? We always had problems having kids. So we were going through IVF. We were going through.
That's a whole other episode.
It's a whole other
everybody.
episode.
I've been through IVF like 6 times with my wife and I.
It's a challenge.
I get it. It's a challenge. It's hard on the relationship. It's hard on us as husbands to support our wives, and then you add on running a business and everything else. So, but silver lining.
We got the girl we wanted. So
nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. So and now the factory's closed. Now we can focus on other things,
Sure.
But family has always been at the front. Even though sometimes it's hard for us to make it seem that way because we're so busy doing all these things, right? But my thing is never miss a birthday, never miss an anniversary, never miss Christmas, Thanksgiving, all the big holidays. Be there, Yeah, you can't be there for every single thing every day, but when you're there, make it count.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing, right? When you're there, make it count. Be present, right? And as business owners, we're so easy to pull out our phones, check our emails. With technology, everything's dinging. We're both wearing iWatches. It's like, boom, we got another email, got this. And especially when it comes down to family, like take the moment, put the phone away. You won't get those moments back.
Not only that, having the right support at home matters, because without my wife doing things that I can't do, I mean, it will be impossible.
Of course. 6 years in, what has been a turning point? What was like one of the biggest changes that you applied this year that has helped grow Movers & Co?
Dialing in your SOPs, right? Standard operating procedures, your WIs, your work instructions, your QAs, your QPs. I mean, get your procedures in order. It's important. Train. And when you done training, train some more, because I live in anxiety still sometimes, so knowing that there is a plan for things like that could happen makes me feel a little bit better, makes me sleep a little bit better.
What would you say in the industry where everybody says, hey, we offer you the best service? Do you find that that's a true statement, or do you feel that there's a lot of moving companies out there that say this, but they're just not following through?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a marketing scheme, right? So
can you name a couple in Pennsylvania?
No, yeah. Listen, look at the reviews, guys. Look at our reviews. Our reviews are amazing, and that's another thing. This Tighten Up training, they were able to help me out. Was with learning how to process a review, properly.
Sure.
Just because it's hard for a regular person to just leave a review. Most people will just leave a review when they have something bad to say, right?
Of course.
But just having the right procedure for your movers to go and ask for the review the right way is key. And it really changed our business
Hey, it's Mark Hirschi with Movified. It's the Dolly Dash moment, Titan edition. I got Michael here with Live Switch. What's up, big guy?
Hey, man. How are you? Good to see you.
Great. So I'm going to switch up these questions because, you know, being a vendor, being like a very catalyst with Live Switch that has helped so many moving companies with video surveys, new AI tools that are coming out.
Yeah.
What is one big thing that is coming out this year that can help moving companies grow or like help close those sales even better?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great question. So we're really excited to announce that we now have AI functionality built into Live Switch so they can automatically generate inventory reports for you. So you'll take your videos and photos like normal, also captures the audio. So if that customer is saying, you know, that couch isn't going, you know, it zeroes it out. So that way it helps make you even more efficient than ever doing your estimates so you can turn them around to customers faster, save your team time and energy, and win more business.
Is Yembo aware of this? No, I'm joking.
I'm sure that they are. You know, they were kind of the forefathers of AI, but a lot more expensive than we all. So
Now,
really excited.
Now, sitting in the background, you know, you're not like front row with all the speakers, but listening from a bird's eye view of all the different speakers that have happened from day one and day two, what's your own personal takeaway that you can implement, whether it's in your life or at Live Switch, that you want to take on leaving this event?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think one of the things is always just being vulnerable and asking for help, asking questions, learning from other people who have walked in the same path that you're on, but are ahead of you on the road. So I think as other people have said, you know, you can either figure it out and learn it on your own over time, or you can ask other people who've been there before and learn that much faster.
So many moving company owners, their staff, and everybody always will stop by, chat with you at the booth. What's one question or you would love to just tell movers, listen, if you're going to come and talk to me at the booth, just ask me this?
Wow, that's a good question. You know, one of the nice things here is so many of the people who are here already use Live Switch. So for us, it's about learning what's working, what can we improve on, and then what can we do add in the future as well. So I think that's one of the main things that we focus on. Obviously, it's a great event for us. Also, you know, we meet a lot of new customers and continue to get feedback from people as well.
Last question. Going to a lot of events, you're always traveling and everything else. You're packing up your suitcase. What is like the one thing that you're like, damn, I totally forgot to pack this?
Fortunately, I brought everything this time. I've made that mistake before. As long as I have my computer and my phone, I'm pretty much going to be good to go. So that way I can stay in touch with people. I can show what we do. So fortunately, I remembered everything this time.
That's great. Awesome. I appreciate it. Hey, Michael, it's been a pleasure. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Movified Dolly Dash moment. Let's go. As you saw growth in your moving company over the last 6 years, what was one of the biggest hiccups that you had experienced? And what did you do to make that change?
Teaching people how to drive, you know. You know,
I love it.
that was a bit hard, you know. It was but we got over it. You know, we got and by the way, if you guys have a rider around you, they offer a training, like an in-person training, that you know, just in case you can't do it yourself, they do. There are people out there that do offer training.
Like rider truck rentals.
Uh-huh.
Really?
You have a program.
Really good to know. That's fantastic. That's a golden nugget right there. That's fantastic. When you obviously are kind of now you were on the trucks, maybe in the beginning, you're kind of getting started. What is like a wild moving story that you had to experience or your guys
So, all right.
All right, sit back in my chair. All right, let me hear it.
So, all right. So we'll take you back to the first 6 months that we'll take you back to the first 6 months. And I was not in the truck, but I was stressed out. I was up to my limit, right? To the point that I would not sleep. My wife was like, that's it. We have to take a break. You know, we have to take a break.
From the moving company or as a relationship?
No, as in a vacation.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, all right. I finally gave in. I was like, all right, well, things have been going smoothly for the last month and a half, 2 months. Let's go and let's get a weekend at Ocean City, you know? So that weekend, I'm supposed to leave to Ocean City. The day before, we had a move going to Philadelphia, and the crew ended up coming back at midnight. I fell asleep. In the morning, I wake up, and I see the text that just says, I'm sorry. It's followed by a bunch of pictures. And they made my truck into a convertible. They were, you know, and I'm like, what?
Did they do the drive under the
They
underpass?
drive under a low bridge. They drove on the low bridge, and I was like, damn, you know, like, why now? You know, like what's going on? You know, like I'm about to take the only break I've had in the last
You're
6
like, we
months.
want to market our company really well with furniture in there so people can see how well we pack the boxes as a Texas. We just need a sunroof.
Yeah. Just made a sunroof. So I mean, we handle that, and thankfully everything went well. But
what was that procedure afterwards? Like, because you can only imagine.
I mean, police
right?
report.
It takes time. It takes time.
Yeah, police reports
and thoughts of going, okay, am I like losing my mind on these guys? Am I taking it cool and collective? What was the new training? Like, what did you take from that experience to implement into your moving crews afterwards?
Yeah. At that point, I was not the guy I was now, so I yelled a little bit more. I was a little bit, I wasn't as calm as I am now. So I might have gotten a little bit. They're not with us anymore. And not only it wasn't because of that. I mean, accidents happen, and I know that, or other things that happen. But that's neither here nor there.
Hi, I'm Mark Hirschi with Salmon's Moving and Storage. Today, I want to talk about Tighten Up training. Why? Because this is Netflix grade quality training. It's not those old videos and VHSs that you got hiding in your office somewhere. It's online, it's easy to use, they're short videos, but they get to the point. My new employees, these guys run through these training programs, there's tests at the end, and they're coming out going, oh, I'm ready to rock. So if you haven't checked out Tighten Up training yet, get a demo done. Get on board. Guess what else is there? Online portals for my sales staff. Can you believe it? These guys can learn how to overcome objections and book more leads today. So what are you waiting for? Go check out Tighten Up training today.
Do you have like an SOP in place now for driver training? You're talking about like rider offing training and driving and there's a certain difference between your lead mover crews that are going out there driving the trucks, handling the customers, loading the trucks, compared to your mover that is just out there helping get the trucks loaded or wrapping the furniture. Have you differentiated that into how you do your training modules, and also like an SOP based on, hey, this is our expectations?
There are different procedures for drivers. There are different procedures for crew leads. Most of the times they go hand in hand, right? But we do treat them differently. There's a different type of onboarding if they want to. I mean, you need a medical card. There's a whole procedure for that.
Being at the Moving Titan event, we've already had a handful of speakers come on stage, just dropping nuggets left, right, and center. So far, what's one of your biggest takeaways that you want to already implement when you get back home?
There's a bunch of AI stuff that I want to try, just because that's a new toy.
The shiny object.
It's a new shiny object, and I'm all about tech. I'm that guy that you see every year with a new iPhone. I just love new innovations.
What's the one innovation with AI that you want to bring back that you're not doing right now?
So the voice, Supermove has a voice. It's a voice answering service that's AI based, and that's very intriguing because it integrates with Smart Moving, which is a CRM that we use. So we'll try that out.
That's awesome. Hey, listen, I really appreciate you coming on the show today. This has been great. This is part one. If you're ever out and you decide to want to move to Lancaster,
beautiful
Pennsylvania,
Lancaster.
Beautiful. Check out Movers & Co. Christian's the owner. He will make sure you're taken care of and provide you with that top quality service he was talking about, and even set you up with the affiliates that he has, those other companies, and make you get set up, because a lot of times you're moving to a new town, you have no idea who to use, what kind of products to use. You don't want to get scammed. Go deal with Movers & Co. These guys know where it's at. They have a solid crew, solid business, and an amazing owner. So it's been a pleasure. I really appreciate it. For all those that are listening, this is still day one at the Moving Titan event. Stay Movified, and until next time, I'm Mark Hirschi.